His doubters and naysayers every step of the way. They said I would never be top 10. I would never be the #1 contender. Tonight, the Black Beast Derek Lewis has it all in front of him. He will try to go back to Houston, Texas as the UFC heavyweight champion of the world.
And what an incredible upset that would be, and what an amazing story to have the background that Derek Lewis has had all the troubles with the law, been locked up in prison, and in his mind really come back from hell to be who he is right now. The #2 contender standing right here, about to step into the octagon to fight for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world with a real chance. And physically looks better than we've seen him look ever. Looks real lean and healthy at the weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Is in phenomenal shape because he went through a full camp to get ready for his last fight and then immediately went into camp for this fight. He's loose, he's comfortable with the experience now, having just fought a few weeks ago. He's ready.
Tonight's Prep Point is brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925.
Oh man, Derek Lewis, yeah, just like you said, Joe, who would have thought that not that long ago this man would be standing here about to enter the octagon fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world. But when you have that kind of grit and that knockout power and you finish guys like he does in this division, it's only a matter of time, and that's how it usually works out. It's just the circumstances. There's a little bit of luck involved in this sport, but more importantly is hard work and you going in there and finishing fights. With that and a little luck, you're here and you could be living your dream, man. And it's crazy to see the Black Beast entering in here and fight Daniel Cormier tonight.
4th UFC main event for Derek Lewis. 10 UFC knockouts to his credit. 6 of those have materialized on the ground. He becomes tonight the 3rd fighter in the modern era to compete on back-to-back pay-per-views. The Black Beast ready for his title shot here and now in New York City. Two-time United States Olympian who has become one of the greatest mixed martial artists of all time. The UFC's light heavyweight and now heavyweight champion. Every time he fights now, Joe, he puts that status as one of the best to ever do it on the line. Tonight, as a prohibited favorite, he'll try to defend the UFC heavyweight title.
And I think he feels better at heavyweight and confirmed that with his victory over Stipe Miocic. You know, he went through a long undefeated streak as a heavyweight, won the Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix, beat such greats as Josh Barnett in the process, but then decided his best chance of winning a title would be to compete at 205, especially considering that Cain Velasquez, his teammate, was in the mix at heavyweight. But now that Cain has been out and injured, and he shocked the world by stopping Stipe Miocic, we can see that this weight class really is the best weight class for Daniel Cormier. And having that confidence and the confirmation of that from that last fight behind him gives him added momentum coming in here tonight.
Yeah, and all he's got to worry about is just being the best competitor that he can possibly be. You see how big Daniel Cormier is. Imagine that man cutting down to 205. We haven't seen him do that in a couple fights, but you can tell that's not something that's natural for him to be down that weight class. Like we talked about, if he did diet, if he did all those things, but clearly that's not how he feels healthiest. It's not how he feels happiest. So who am I to tell Daniel Cormier, of all people, hey, you need to eat a little better? If that's how you fight better, more power to you, brother.
Especially after he knocks out Stipe Miocic.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to say to the guy? I'm not going to say anything.
I'm not saying nothing. Keep doing what you're doing.
The keyboard warriors will, though, Joe. They'll do it for us.
Well, if he keeps winning, they can't say anything either.
Oh, they will.
But here's the thing. That man that he's about to fight, just step across and look at Derek Lewis. That's an enormous human being. Derek is huge, and he looks better physically than I think we've ever seen him look.
He does. You can see it in his face. And when it comes to Daniel Cormier, you run out of time to set up all of his credentials. I will tell you, he is 8-0 when landing at least 2 takedowns in a fight. He likes his hands. He's got a big overhand right. Stipe can certainly attest to the striking. But prevailing wisdom is that Daniel Cormier will try to wrestle early and often tonight and try to get one of his patented submissions against a man in Derek Lewis who has never been submitted as a pro in MMA. We are ready to go with this UFC Heavyweight Championship fight. This tale of the tape brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. Daniel Cormier will turn 40 in March. Derek Lewis is 33 years old. He is the taller man by 4 inches. And Lewis cuts down to the 265-pound championship limit. He will have a 6.5-inch reach advantage. All right, now to get us the introductions for our main event, here is Bruce Butler.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission. Our 3 judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are Chris Lee, Doug Crosby, and Saul D'Amato. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Herb Dean. This bout is sponsored by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. And P3, the official protein snack of UFC. And Metro by T-Mobile. Get unlimited high-speed data all month long on the same network as T-Mobile. And now, for those in attendance and UFC fans watching around the world, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from Madison Square Garden.